the Cannes Film Festival. Today we're taking you to a place that everybody knows but no one has ever seen. Pete Docter's delightful animated movie Inside Out is set inside the head of a little girl called Riley. It's told from the point of view of her emotions as her family moves to the big city. It makes you laugh, it makes you cry, and it makes you gasp in awe at the inventiveness of its creators.
So, Riley, how was the first day of school?
Fine, I guess.
Did you guys pick up on that?
Sure did. Something's wrong. Signal the husband.
Uh-oh, she's looking at us. What did she say?
Oh, sorry, sir. No one was listening.
Is it garbage night? We left the toilet seat up. What is it, woman? What?
Pete Docter and Jonas Rivera.
Yes, ma'am.
Nice to meet you. Congratulations on the film.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Where did the idea for Inside Out come from?
Well, it kind of appeared in my head. Using emotions as characters seemed really fun. And at the same time, my daughter was growing up. She had gone from being a very rambunctious, energetic little kid to being a little more quiet, a little reserved. You know, she's turned 11 at that time. And so putting those ideas together, we started to explore what's going on inside of a person's head.
I'm joy. This is sadness. That's anger.
What?
This is disgust. And that's fear. We're Riley's emotions.
There are 5 emotions. Joy, sadness, fear, anger, and disgust. But
Right.
joy was the main character. Why?
Joy, I can't really explain, but that was kind of part of that first thing that flashed in my head was that, and I called her optimism at the time because I didn't know what emotions actually were, what their names, but it just felt like kind of the way I want to approach life. I want life to be good, I want to be happy, I want that for my kids, but the reality is that's not always going to happen, right? So sometimes you're going to have to allow some of the other guys to drive, and in the course of the film, we learned that that's useful.
Fear. I need a list of all the possible negative outcomes on the first day at a new school.
Way ahead of you there. Does anyone know how to spell meteor?
Disgust. Make sure Riley stands out today, but also blends in.
When I'm through, Riley will look so good, the other kids will look at their own outfits and barf.
Joy. Yes, Joy. You'll be in charge of the console, keeping Riley happy all day long. And may I add, I love your dress. It's adorable. Oh, this whole thing. Thank you so much. I love the way it twirls. Oh, sadness. I have a super important job just for you.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Follow me.
What are you doing?
And there. Perfect. This is the circle of sadness. Your job is to make sure that all the sadness stays inside of it.
Jonas, sadness, though, does have a role. What is it?
She does. She has an important role, actually, and it's sort of cousin to your first question, which is joy. If Riley's sort of born happy, as we thought, and would be in the captain's chair, so to speak, and in a way, she's a character in denial. There are many other emotions, and all of them, Joy thinks she can do a better job than they do. But sadness is the most mysterious, because even as we made the movie, it didn't make sense. Why would you need sadness? Why would you certainly wouldn't want your kid to be sad. And so that just felt like the way to dramatize it. And turns out you do maybe need them, including her.
I wanted to maybe hold one.
What happened?
Sadness?
She did something to the memory.
Is everything okay?
I don't know.
Change it back, Joy.
I'm trying. Joy, no, wait.
The core memories.
So Riley's the setting of the film. During our journey, we see part of her where she keeps her deepest, darkest fears. Some of them are quite comic, like broccoli, for example.
Of course.
But little kids watching the film, is that a good place to take them?
Yeah, heck
Yes.
yeah. I think there's a grand tradition, not only in, of course, the Disney films, which you have things like Pleasure Island and Pinocchio, which is pretty horrifying,
Yeah.
seeing that kid turn into a donkey, you know. You see Bambi's mother get shot. I mean, there's some really kind of very adult themes that are dealt with. But even before then, the Grimm fairy tales, which of course were collective stories that everybody would tell each other. There's some dark material there, and I think kids need to or enjoy, and to some degree, to be exposed to that kind of stuff.
My daughter, when we go into the subconscious, and I watched her watch the film the other day, when they climbed down there, I saw her go.
Oh,
and
yeah.
peek, right? So that's the idea. Like, they don't want to be there, they do.
Yeah.
You know?
It's broccoli.
Congratulations, San Francisco. You've ruined Pete. Who's the birthday girl?
And it's high concept. You met with like professional scientists
Yeah, we did.
to find out more about the brain. What was the biggest challenge then?
The biggest challenge was the fact that nothing existed that we could point to and say, make it look like that. A fish looks like that. A car looks like that. We had to completely make up what the characters and the world actually look like.
And the geography of the world.
Right, because this is the mind, not the brain. The brain being like the blood and dendrites and things, the physical, like the piece of meat.
Gross.
That's why we didn't make it that way.
Right.
We went to the mind, which is much more abstract. Talk about consciousness and personality attributes and things like this.
We can fix this. We just have to get back to headquarters.
That's long-term memory. You could get lost in there.
Think positive.
Okay. I'm positive you will get lost in there.
So how much did you have to tap into your own moments, your own memories of sadness, of joy, of disgust?
I mean, the whole process was kind of like a big, long therapy session.
Constantly, yeah.
Sitting in story meetings going, okay, I remember once when I was a kid, I was horribly embarrassed by this moment, and it was very, like, the moment I grew up, kind of. So we would have these long discussions and ultimately try to thread that into the film. Not always specifically.
No, but that's why it was so fun, because it really, the whole thing is sort of based on all of our personal experiences. And yeah, you're right, not literally, but just sharing that experience. Everybody on our crew had that moment of they remembered, I remember when I kind of changed. I remember when I was embarrassed about my toys or whatever it was, or maybe you missed the cue. And we sort of aggregated all that and funneled into the film. What was that?
Yeah.
This place is huge. Imagination Land? No way. Dream Productions? Rainbow Unicorn? She's right there.
I loved you in Fairy Dream Adventure Part 7. Okay, bye. I love you.
So tell me a moment when you both felt real joy here in Cannes.
Oh my gosh.
Of course, you walk in and it's overwhelming with the cameras and things. And we watched the movie, and I got to be honest, I thought I was a little nervous because there was not a lot of response in the room. People laughed, but not as loudly as I've seen. So I wasn't sure exactly how it would go over, but then the lights came up, and we got like a 10-minute long standing ovation.
It was wonderful.
And they wouldn't let us leave. It was so, I mean, I felt like my heart was going to blow up.
Yeah, I did too. I mean, I guess when we walked in, it was more like fear.
Yeah.
Right? When we walked out, it was joy.
Right.
It was just the most wonderful, honestly, of my whole career, of our whole career, that moment.
Brain